Homeowner top 5 moves in today's challenging market. So I'm going to go over 5 strategies that you could employ and we could use directly for you personally that is a good move in today's market, given everything going on. But before we get into all that, please like, comment, subscribe, share, all those fun things that really help the channel grow, get exposure. Also check out any other videos on Wichita and real estate if you're looking into any of that. But I'm going to go ahead and start screen sharing to share what we're going over. So this is something that I get from various real estate coaches and industry influencers and people that really help provide advice on how we can best serve our clients and the general public of what they're trying to do. So here's top 5. Here's 5 moves that you can consider that could work for you in today's challenging market. Number 1 is get rid of your big house or a smaller house. A lot of people right now are in a very good situation with prices are higher than ever, and it's a win-win in today's marketplace. You not only sell at an all-time high price, but you also lower your carrying costs. Many people who do this will never have a mortgage again. And so a lot of who we're helping to do this is like out-of-state relocation buyers. So if you're looking to move from Texas, Arizona, Colorado, California, Washington, or some of the ones that we've helped recently, some in Florida, usually it's a lot of West coming back to the Midwest on everything. But if you're looking to like sell in those markets and then buy here in Wichita, a lot of times you can sell out there for like 5, 6, 700,000, and then buy a really quality house here for like 200 to 300,000 cash, and then not have to have a mortgage again. It's a great place to retire. And so we're seeing a good amount of people make that move. And if that's something you're looking into, I'd love to talk to you about that. Check out Wichita videos on here, check out homes, and really just be that like boots on the ground frontline person for you to possibly make that transition to Wichita for everything, to retire, cash out, that kind of thing. So get rid of your big house for a smaller house. This is a pretty common life transition phase that a good amount of people are going through, no matter what age you're at. It comes down to, selling your big house that you've been in for a long time, because you just don't need that big house anymore to go to a smaller house. Now, a common thing I've seen with that go on is that obviously if you go from a big house to a smaller house, a lot of times that big house has amenities and features that the smaller house doesn't necessarily. And, it is going to feel smaller. So there is kind of an adjustment that you have to get used to. Seeing these in person, really picturing yourself in a smaller living footprint can be an adjustment for you to make for personally for your lifestyle, for everything, when you're so used to a big house and all the features, amenities. And then you got to come to a smaller house that may or may not have all those features and amenities that like the bigger house had on everything. So there's definitely, a mental process and emotional process that goes through with all that. But that's what we're here for, to help you through, is making that transition in your life for that next phase of everything. So get rid of your big house for a smaller house is the first strategy on there. My dog Blue is wanting to also participate in this video, apparently. So that's who I work hard for, so he can have a nice backyard to go run around and play in. The second one is you could sell your Airbnb. Prices have held high, but not for long. Airbnbs are an all-time high, but people are starting to cut back on expenses, including vacations. So if you own an Airbnb, chances are your costs are up, your bookings are down, and your prices are down. So you can still sell high while you can. So if you've owned that thing for a year, 2 years, 3 years, there's a good chance you have enough equity gain and spread in there that you can still get a good amount out of your house, cash out. And yeah, I know you're getting rid of that low mortgage rate, but it also takes care of the burden and the costs off you that maybe that investment wasn't working out quite as good as you thought it was going to be. But your exit strategies, you can go list and sell and really provide inventory for this market that we need. Number 3 is you could sell your single family home rental. Let's say you've been seeing a lot of increase in apartment buildings and available rental units, and you're just tired of being a landlord. And the other question is like, can you afford to be a landlord if the tenant stops paying? You can offload debt, even low percentage debt, because you can't afford the rental with no rent. Or maybe you're just getting tired of dealing with renters and how much they trash the property, or the calls you have to take, and all these things that really aren't so passive on everything. So it just kind of depends on your personal rental management situation. It could make sense just to liquidate that home and to either sell it to like another investor for cash with the situation that's in, vacate it and list it and try to sell it to a homeowner, maybe get a little bit higher price that way. There's a lot of different options we can help you through for selling your single family home rental. So that's one of the moves we're seeing right now, is that there is a lot of equity in the real estate market But what there isn't always necessarily is cash flow, i.e. tenants, Airbnb guests, things that go with that, or maybe just your personal home has such a high carrying cost now you'd rather just go to a lower carrying cost. Even with the higher interest rates, you can have a lower carrying cost because you're buying a lower priced home, smaller priced home. Even though the interest rate is high, your monthly payment's going to be lower, and you got all the equity out of your other house that you can now go invest or put it into that next house, or maybe not even care about interest rates because you're just paying for the next one cash. So there's still a lot of moves that can be made in this market with the savvy agent that really knows the landscape, knows how to win, knows how to make solutions happen for you if you're looking to make something happen on everything. So, because a lot of times people are buying and selling because of life reasons on everything. There's also this strategy of trying to time the market, play the market, which is kind of what we're going on here, but also it has to fit in with whatever your personal life situation is too. And that's really where we're here as an agent, more on a marketing and service level than like a sales agent, salesperson. That's really not our angle and the way we play the game on everything. You also buy a home for the first time. If you are renting right now, you can see how rents just continue to rise. Like, yeah, you don't have to fix things, and it's no maintenance lifestyle. It's easy. You can just call and complain to your landlord all the time, but you're also not getting anywhere in life. So that is the harsh reality of renting, is that your net worth is 40 times less than people that own homes. And it's kind of like, as long as you buy the right house and you make enough income, you can still have those situations where if something breaks, you call someone to fix it. You have a home warranty in place. You can pay for laundry services. You can pay for mowing services. Like a lot of these things that your landlord takes care of, like you can still pay for those services and have those happen so that you're still well managed as far as your lifestyle goes. But then instead of paying your landlord's mortgage, you're paying your own mortgage on everything. So that way it's kind of like a forced savings plan, and it makes you put money back, and putting money into your house that in Wichita at least has appreciated about 7% on average year over year consistently is always a good place to put your cash if you want to get it. The catch to that is obviously it's not as liquid, but buying your first home and getting started into the equity appreciation game and getting going in the real estate market from an investing standpoint is always a good move, regardless of interest rates and that kind of thing. It's just getting started personally in your investing journey, buying your first home and getting going on everything. Especially right now when things are a little stalled, a little slower, you can negotiate better deals like sellers paying closing costs, rate buy downs, all these different angles we can achieve to really set you up for the long-term situation, not just like throw you in the house, see you later. I kind of want to look at like your total financial picture of what you're trying to do with real estate and this house specifically, and then where it's going to fall in line with your whole journey of everything. So, and again, this is where these are just giving you overview strategy of this. Everybody we talk to, we're going to come up with a personalized strategy after asking the right amount of questions, like figuring out what they're trying to aim and do. And then we can figure out what strategy is going to make most sense to pull off together. But obviously, until we have that conversation, that discussion, I don't know you. I don't entirely know what you're trying to do. And so I can only help you so far as that goes with these strategies. But these are some of the ones we've been seeing working for our clients that may or may not work for you. Just depends on your situation. But I love to get calls. I love to get people hitting me up on the website and helping you through whatever this transition or this process might be. Fifth one we've been seeing a lot more is buying a home for your kids / grandkids. The other one I want to kind of throw in with this is like multi-generational living. Where like, let's say you have an older parent that needs to be taken care of. We've seen people buying houses, combining households, or buying a house with the guest house, so it can still be separate, but combining, those things. But then also, I've seen this a lot, like in my parents, my family, in different generations, different deals been helping through. Usually somebody's got to have some help to get started with like either down payment assistance for your kids or your grandkids, instead of like having them inherit it later. Just have them get it gifted now when it can help them more beneficially than when you pass and die and move on. So generational wealth is an all-time high. And if you really study real estate, generational wealth, how it all works, like that's a lot of how it's passed down, is from generation to generation on everything, especially with knowing how the tax code works and how all those things play into account with all this. And the other question that goes with this is, how will your kids ever afford a home if prices don't come down? And this is where parents and grandparents can gift their descendants money to purchase. And in a lot of ways, it's not just a financial move, it's a spiritual move to get your kids in the best position for lifelong success and fulfillment. So it goes beyond money, goes beyond finances. It's really about the worth of what you're doing for those kids, those grandkids, having a home that they can raise a family in, and everything else that goes with all that. So anyway, those are the top 5 moves we're seeing right now in today's, difficult, challenging market. Some people are calling it unaffordable, which if you look at the stats, you could argue that, but everybody has an individual specific situation. There's always pockets, there's always opportunities to serve, to help. Hopefully these strategies have kind of helped you see what's a good move or what could be a good move for you. I'd love to talk with you personally. If that's something you're interested in doing, on looking to move to Wichita, make some moves in Wichita, and whatever we can do to help you with there. Check out some other videos I got going on this channel, or sign up on my website, look at houses. Plenty of options to be of service and help you. But appreciate you watching, and hopefully it's helped you learn a little bit more today. See ya.